Good morning from Midland, Texas. I'm going to be simulating a quick hop over to Austin, also in Texas, on a Southwest 737-700. We are pretty much ready for pushback. I went through pre-flight and before start checklists. And one of the things I'll just highlight today is that last night PMDG pushed a new update for the Universal Flight Tablet, and it has to do with anytime you modify a route on the FMC, it will immediately be reflected on our displays. So if we need to do that during the flight, I'm gonna go ahead and test that feature out. Right now, Austin is reporting winds at 90, so from the east at 6 knots. So right now they have us landing on runway 18 right. Should that change and we have to land on runway 36 left, then you'll be able to see the effect here on the map. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a very short flight. The weather could change. Okay, like I said, we're pretty much ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and have our tow truck start moving, our tug. If I click the right button, that is. Okay, here we go. Start.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We've been cleared for pushback and start straight back.
Roger that. Ready for push straight back. Brakes off.
Brakes released.
Brakes released. Here we go. Pushback complete. Parking brake set.
Brake set.
Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
Number 1.
Air Shuttle 62902 at runway 28 ready for departure IFR to Houston. Air Shuttle 62902 hold short runway 28. Traffic is Boeing 737 on the runway. Hold short runway 28 Air Shuttle 62902.
Before taxi, generators on. Propede on. Isolation valve auto. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. Before taxi complete. And I just heard the wind direction change, so we're going to be now taking off on runway 28. So let's test this out. So if I change my departure to runway 28, and same takeoff data. Gonna cross-check it here. Yep, same data, so confirmed. Okay, all set. So we're going to go to runway 28 now, and let's see if that changed anything in the map. I'm still seeing 10 on the map. No, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and taxi. And I'll double check release notes to see what actually can be modified from the tablet over to the or from the FNC over to the tablet. So here we go, taxiing. Stable engines, thrust set.
knots.
Check.
B1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Flaps up.
Southwest 737, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Midland Tower Southwest 737 frequency change.
VNAV LNAV, Command A. We'll be in Austin in less than 45 minutes. After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds on. Packs auto. Landing gear up and off. Flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete.
Envoy 4074, you are 18 miles west of Midland. Contact Midland Tower on 118.7 when inbound. Tower on 118.7, Envoy 4074.
10,000 landing lights off. So once we're in descent, we'll resume the video and we'll see you then. Currently on descent into Austin, about to pass 10,000 feet. With the landing lights on. 37 nautical miles away from the airport.
Southwest 737, please acknowledge.
Going to 127.225 Southwest 737. Austin approach Southwest 737 9,500 feet.
Southwest 737, Austin approach altimeter 29.9 to continue as planned.
So we have a VREF of 138 with flaps 15. Let me switch it to flaps 30 because I want to get out of the runway a little bit faster. So flaps 30, normal reverse. VREF plus 5. Latest weather. Okay, so now we have variable winds at 4 knots. This could change at the landing runway. So again, I want to see how some of these modifications can work since the tablet update to see if anything changes in the map. One thing I forgot to do was import the flight plan directly from SimBrief. This is also a new feature. So I'm going to do it for our next leg, just to go over all that. As Robert mentioned in the forum update last night, we can expect this kind of updates every 3 or so weeks, which is great. Definitely makes the tablet a very living function, if you will, with the current with the constant updating that's planned. So that's definitely very helpful. So let's see if we can get any landing instructions here. I still have 18 right on my flight plan, and we'll see if they still want 18 right as a landing runway. So I mentioned VREF is 138, flaps 30, and I want to also make sure I put it here. Yep. Okay, so let's see where we are. Should be able to tune in Austin Airport at this point. I'm not using any sophisticated ATC again because it's so inconsistent and frustrating, so I just use these very basic ATC functions. Especially now that I'm using also FSTL to get some somewhat realistic traffic. Oops, let me do that one more time. In Austin, power, and we'll see where
Austin
they
Tower
want us to land.
Southwest 737 is 20 miles northwest, 5,000 feet with whiskey to land.
Southwest 737 Austin Tower. Altimeter 29.902, wind calm, enter left downwind, runway tree, 6 left.
Yep, 36 left, okay.
Southwest 29.
So we're gonna switch runways.
Ground on 121.9. 121.9, Southwest 2926. Southwest 2157, follow the aircraft on short final. Wind calm, clear to land runway tree 6 right.
Alright, so now I gotta just do another calculation.
Clear to land runway tree 6 right, Southwest
36 left.
2157.
Same parameters. Calculate. Let me fix those auto brakes, otherwise it's going to be a very unrealistic landing run. Okay, so auto brakes 3. Like we can even do auto brakes 2 because I know the terminal's towards the end of the runway.
Southwest 3765 exit.
Alright, so we still have a VREF of 138. And I need to just switch my frequency to line up the ILS.
Southwest 3765, contact ground on 121.9. Southwest tree 765.
And there's downtown Austin.
Southwest 737, please acknowledge.
Enter left traffic runway tree 6 left southwest 737.
Southwest 2157 exit runway when able. Southwest 2157 contact ground on 121.9er.
Okay, so the map is updating my FMC corrections. That's great. Definitely a very nice to have feature. So I can definitely confirm that works. So what I'm looking forward to during our turnaround time is creating the Canon sim brief and then importing it directly from sim brief, as opposed to having to request it from the save folder that sim brief dumps to, because sim brief is gonna allow me to import also the block fuel, for example, the payload. So it's gonna save a lot of time. It's gonna be incredibly convenient to be able to pull that out from the FMS. So this is definitely a very nice update. One update I would love to see is an option to have the map aircraft oriented besides north oriented. Okay, so we're going to continue our descent here, just monitoring that we're properly set here. Our next altitude is 2500, so let me go ahead to 2100 feet, 2100 feet. We're going to do a level change and get our speed down to, okay, 200 should be good for now, so I'm going to go ahead and put flaps 1 and 193 by the time we get to the waypoint.
Southwest 2089er exit runway when able. Southwest 2089er, contact ground on 121.9er. Southwest 2089er.
The change in runway added 10 minutes to our flight plan. We've been airborne 50 minutes. Flaps 5. The only discrepancy, ATC has the altimeter at 29902 in Austin. SimBrief has it at 3041. So I'm gonna double check that that is what ATC said. Yep, 29902. So okay, there's a discrepancy.
Southwest 737, wind calm, clear to land runway 36 left.
And
Clear
there's
to
the
land
airport.
runway 36
So
left
let me go
southwest
to VREF
737.
138. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the gear. And I'm gonna get our continuous starters, lights fully on, arm the speed brake, and take over the flight here. Good.
Austin Tower, American 786, ready for IFR departure
Flaps
runway
10.
36 left. American 786, hold short runway 36 left.
Flaps
Traffic
15.
is Boeing 737 on final.
Flaps 25.
Glide slow.
Hold short runway
Right
36 left American 786.
And flaps 30. Landing check is complete. I'm not sure why the aircraft is pulling to the left so much. I'm gonna have to check my controls calibration. There is no wind to be pushing me to either side. Speed brake up. Reverse green. Manual brakes. Okay to clean up.
Southwest 737, contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 121.9er southwest 737. Austin ground, southwest 737 taxi to the gate.
Cleaned up here.
Southwest
Lights off.
737 taxi to gate
Steady.
5 using taxiway Golf Golf 2
Position
Charlie 1
light.
Romeo 3 Romeo 1.
And we put our TKS on transponder.
Taxiing to gate 5 using taxiway Golf Golf 2 Charlie 1 Romeo 3
Alright.
Romeo 1 southwest 737.
So we should be joining our Southwest fellow 737s further down the terminal. We're going to gate 5. Let's see where it is. Trying to remember, haven't been here. I think last time I flew to Austin was on American Airlines. Okay, yeah, gate 5's on the other side, so. Well, I think Southwest generally parks here in the middle of the terminal. I think I'm being sent too far by going to gate 5, so I'm going to just park here in the middle. Gate 5 belongs to, I think, Delta and some other airlines, but it's definitely not Southwest. So we're going to go ahead here and take Gate 21. And no marshallers? Okay, we'll just use the line here to park. Okay, brake set. Let's see. Okay, jetway connection.
Austin ground Southwest 737, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Southwest 737, the jetway is going to be connected.
My belt's off.
Austin ground American 786 requesting pushback. American 786 pushback request accepted.
Okay, I mentioned I want to just make a typical Southwest turnaround. Southwest is known for keeping the airplanes on the ground very briefly. So what I want to do for the next flight has a couple of purposes. One is to be able to import everything I calculated on SimBrief directly to the FMC
Austin ground Cessna November 130
without saving it to a folder in my PC.
IFR.
And second of all, I'm going to be checking out the new Charleston, South Carolina airport that was published on SimMarket last night. It's made by Dominic Designs, which also makes this Austin airport. My only critique of this airport, there is no PAPI lights, and I thought the runway center lines were very faded. So I kind of found myself on the left side of the runway for a few minutes because I couldn't see the lines. And I don't think realistically that's the case in Austin. I flew to Austin last year, and I remember having very bold runway center lines. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they did with Charleston, and I'm intentionally gonna steer the aircraft around the Boeing factory before going to the main terminal, because that's what Boeing is currently making the 787. Final assembly for 787. So, and you'll also be able to see the C-17s from the 437th airlift wing. So that should be pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. And as soon as we are ready to start prepping for Charleston, I'll resume the video. Okay, we're back. We landed about 15 minutes ago. I'm checking out the walk-around function that's offered on FS Realistic. Just Southwest is known for its very short turnarounds. When I was younger, 20 years ago, when I was in my late 20s or early 30s, Southwest had some 20 to 25 minute turnarounds. They kept those planes in the air, and yeah, just up and down, side to side, all over their network. this day and age, Southwest has longer turnarounds. They could be 35 to 40 minutes, but still very impressive the way they operate. So this walk-around function is actually pretty nice. I can use either my mouse to look up and down or side to side, but I can also switch to track IR to do the same thing. So if you really want to simulate inspecting your aircraft as you get ready to turn it around, it's a pretty nice function.
Austin ground, Delta 422 taxi to the gate. Delta 422 taxi to gate 16.
So this is the walking function, but there's also a running function if you hit shift, but I don't need to run right now.
Taxiing to gate 16 using taxiway Golf Golf 2 Charlie 1
But in case you want to see the running function, this is it. So again, I've never seen any crews running during their walk around. And then we could simulate going up the stairs also back to the cabin, but we'll just flash right back to the cabin. Okay. So over the last 10 minutes, I went over to SimBrief to plan our flight to Charleston. So now I want to see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and request it from SimBrief. Okay, now we have an Austin-Charleston route. Southwest Airlines Flight 737. And if I understood the new directions correctly, I'm one of those people who just likes to learn by playing with things. I'm very stubborn about reading directions. But let's see how we do here. So route, if I hit request, there it is. Now I have a SimBrief route called Austin-Charleston. That's really cool, actually. So now I can set my payload and set my fuel. I mean, that is really cool. That is saving me a lot of inputting time. Curious to see what Cruise is suggesting. I think I need to do my initial references first for Cruise. But wow, again, let me make sure I load it too. So again, SimBrief route. Okay, I have to select it. That would help. Set payload, set fuel, and select the route. Okay, cool. This is definitely a time saver. I really like this improvement.
Austin ground, Delta 16 tree, 6 requesting pushback. Austin ground, Delta 16 tree, 6 no pushback.
Yeah, I like this.
Available to answer your request.
I keep hearing ATC telling the other AI aircraft there is no pushback available, but I do have a minimum airport ground vehicle traffic density set up. I don't think it's gonna really mess up my AI, but I keep hearing that comment. Okay, let's get back to our flight. Let's see what ATC wants us to do as far as taxiing. Okay, I'm gonna use let's see. I'm gonna use the same runway we landed at. 36 left. That's what ATC is telling everybody else. And then let's look at our flight plan.
Taxiing, hold short runway, tree 6 left, via taxiway, Charlie, 2 Charlie Delta 1636.
So we have SID, Sierra Whiskey Papa Foxtrot X-Ray 3. which I don't see here. Let me double check. Okay, so they have us taking off from 36 right here, so maybe that's why. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play with this just to make sure I understand it too. So 36 right. No, but it's still not showing up. Alright, I'm just gonna do a direct takeoff then. Oh, we'll do Austin 6, that makes a lot more sense. And okay. Charleston has a runway 33 arrival right now, and that would be using arrival procedure Bravo Alpha Golf Golf Yankee 3, and transitioning over at see any. Okay, we'll leave it like this then. Okay, this let's see. Okay, so we're all set up for Charleston. Request our performance data. I'm also measuring our turnaround. So we've been on the ground now about 23 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna turn around pretty fast. Alright, let's look at our calculations. (36 Lima) for takeoff. Import aircraft data. About PAX on takeoff. Today's a cool day. Current weather has the wind out of 20 at 5. Okay, that checks out. But still no consistency with Asobo's weather and Simbrief's weather. I would prefer to use Simbrief all the time. So Asobo's 29907, Simbrief is 3037 on the altimeter. Okay, so what does that have? Flaps 1, TO mode at 50 degrees assumed air temperature. So it has 136, 137, and 140. 136, 137, and 140. All matched up, so we're gonna go ahead and enter them here. Let's grab our wind data. I'm also gonna get this APU started.
Austin ground, Southwest 3747, requesting pushback. Southwest 3747, pushback request accepted.
Also get seatbelts on for everybody. And descent forecast. So Charleston's 960 nautical miles. Under the current flight plan, will have us there at 4:21 p.m. local time. And this time of year is going to be almost sunset by the time we get there. And assuming there is no computer crashes or anything, which is, again, for me, it's very, very rare. I'm looking forward to checking out the new rendition of Charleston International Airport.
Austin ground, Southwest Tree 747 requesting the end of pushback.
All right.
Southwest Tree 747 request to end pushback received.
Let me go ahead and go through our checklist here.
Austin ground, Southwest Tree 747 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR. Southwest Tree 747 taxi to and hold short of runway Tree 6 right.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking forward to whenever they figure out the copyright issues is being able to pull up all the QRH documents, including checklists, here in the tablet. That's definitely a useful function. Because right now I'm looking at my other tablet to pull up my checklist. And even if I had them memorized, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything.
Taxiing hold short runway Tree 6 right via taxiway Romeo 1 Charlie 1 Golf 1 Hotel Alpha Bravo Southwest Tree 747.
Alright, so we'll go with pre-flight checklist.
Southwest Tree
Oxygen is tested at 100%. Navigation transfer and display switches normal auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector is set to auto. Runway 33 is 100 feet above sea level. And we can also verify this during descent, but I just want to enter the data now. Our initial heading out of Austin will be 35, 035 degrees. And might want to use the heading button, not the speed button. Okay, 035. Current altimeter 29907.
Austin ground, Southwest 2066 taxi to the gate.
With 140 here for V2.
Taxi to gate 11 via taxiway Golf Golf 2 Charlie.
Okay, parking brake is set, so we're gonna remove our blocks here in a few seconds. Make sure we get our APU connected to the aircraft.
Taxiing to gate 11 via
And we're gonna get
taxiway
our
Golf Golf 2
TUG
Charlie 1 Romeo 3
connect.
Romeo 1 Southwest 2066.
Okay, we have cutoff on levers. So pre-flight complete. Before start, flight deck door closed and locked. Fuel in center, so we're gonna have all the fuel pumps on for our hop to Charleston. Signs on, windows locked. MCP V2 140, heading 035. Our cruise, on takeoff on departure there are no restrictions. Our cruise is set to 370. I'm going to enter 390 for a possible step later down the road. So let's put 370 here.
Taxiing to gate 25 via taxiway Juliet Bravo Hotel Golf 2 Charlie 1 Romeo for Romeo 5 Southwest 1880.
And once again, cross-check the speeds. V1 136, V-rotate 137, V2 140, and it should be the same here. All cross-checked. CDU pre-flight completed, rotor aileron trim is free and 0, taxi takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision light on. So this is an old school Southwest turnaround. We did it in under 30 minutes, so we're gonna get going here. Let's get our jetway disconnected.
Austin ground Southwest 737, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We've been cleared for pushback and start straight back.
Roger that. Ready for push straight back. Brakes off.
Brakes released.
Austin Ground, Southwest 3747, requesting pushback. Austin Ground, Southwest 3747, no pushback tug is available to answer your request. Austin Ground, Southwest 3747, with Whiskey ready to taxi IFR. Southwest 3747, taxi 2, and hold short of runway 36 left, using taxiway Charlie 2 Charlie. Contact tower on 121.0 when ready. Taxi 2 and hold short runway 36 left, via taxiway Charlie 2 Charlie, Southwest 3747.
Set.
Southwest 1880, hold position caution to Boeing 737 on the taxiway. Hold position Southwest 1880.
Number 1, and I meant to put 355 as initial heading. We'll fly runway heading, and then we'll turn on LNAV. Alright, so heading select.
Austin Ground, American 862, requesting pushback. American 862, pushback request accepted.
Flaps 1, controls,
Austin Ground, Southwest
Fully up,
289er for requesting
check.
pushback.
fully down, check,
Southwest 289er for pushback
Fully left,
request
check.
accepted.
fully right, check, rudder, fully right, check, fully left, check. Before taxi checklist. Generators on. Isolation valve auto. Start switch is continuous. And I know what's going to happen on the recall. I think it's just a door that's still open. I don't think it closed automatically. Okay, we'll close the door from here.
Austin Ground, American 862, requesting the end of pushback.
So once this goes away, recall
American
checked.
862 request to end pushback received.
Ground equipment is clear on the right. and clear on the left. Before takeoff, flaps 1.
862 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR. American 862 taxi 2 and hold short of runway
And trim will be 6.75 units. So before takeoff check is complete, we are ready to taxi.
Austin ground Southwest 28904 with whiskey ready to taxi IFR. Southwest 28904 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 36 right using taxiway Romeo 1 Charlie 1 Golf 1 Hotel Bravo Kilo Alpha Bravo. Contact tower on 121.0 when ready. Southwest 1880 continue taxi. Taxi 2 and hold short runway 36 left via taxiway Charlie 1 Charlie American 862. Roger Southwest 1880. Taxiing hold short runway 36 right via taxiway Romeo 1 Charlie 1 Golf 1 Hotel Bravo Kilo Alpha Bravo Southwest 28904. Southwest 28904 hold position caution other traffic. Hold position Southwest 28904. American 862 hold position caution to Boeing 737 on the taxiway. American 862 continue taxi.
So it looks like we're going to use up our center fuel tanks just during taxi, which is fine, and that's the calculation that we got. there's obviously something in FSTL that's making flying aircraft seem more like they're taxiing rather than actual flying. Hopefully they'll fix that, because it is a very nice program. Not only is it freeware, it's just providing so much realistic world traffic data. But yeah, I'm not sure why the aircraft are essentially hovering instead of flying. If anybody knows, let me know. As far as I'm concerned, I think I downloaded the most current FSTL over the weekend, and I wasn't aware of this bug. So I'm going to go ahead and line up, regardless of where the hovering 737 is, and we'll get going to Charleston. Oh, and I did forget that we have an option to reset traffic. So that'll get rid of the hovering 737. Okay, so I think we're all set to go here. I'm going to do one more cursory check, make sure I'm going to forget anything. And I'm going to switch over to our display, map display in Aorus. And I mentioned during the Midland Austin leg, anytime you make a change on the FMC, it's going to be reflected on the map. So these latest improvements, I'm really enjoying them so far, especially the way I was able to get the flight plan from SimBrief and skipped a lot of manual entries. Okay, so here we go. Auto throttle on. Toga. Thrust sets. And my aircraft is still drifting a bit. I'm going to have to check my controls again later.
80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Flaps up. After takeoff, engine bleeds on, packs auto. Landing gear up and off. Flaps up, no lights. After takeoff, checklist complete. $10,000, landing lights off. Engaging command A. So we should be on the ground in just under 2 hours. I'll resume the recording once we are on descent. I'm looking forward to checking out the new version of Charleston. I think it's the first version of Charleston by any developer for MAF-AUS 2020. So really looking forward to it. And I'll promise I will do a little stroll around the 787 plant before parking the aircraft. Okay, we'll see you then. Okay, passing flight level 150 on our way down to Charleston. It's been great weather throughout the entire flight. Clear skies, really good visibility. Right now we're expected to land on runway 33. And I mentioned that I'm gonna visit the Boeing plant before we park. So we land on runway 33. We need to turn around on probably taxiway Juliet or Echo and make our way down on the east side of the airport, because the west side is the Air Force Base. It's a restricted area. And then make our way down taxiway Alpha over to taxiway Mike and go to the Boeing plant, and we'll take a look at the 787s and turn around and park in the terminal. I already performed the landing calculations. We have flaps 30 with a VRIF of 137, auto brake 2 setting. If anything, I'm going to just increase the auto brake since we're going to be heading away from both the terminal and the Boeing plant. So let me do an auto brakes 3, see how much runway we use. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, right now altimeter 3012, so I'm going to switch that over. We have our landing up to the Ennard. Main landing that's already on.
1160, contact Jacksonville Center on 13.2.5. Good day. Frontier Flight 2418, contact Jacksonville Center on 13.2.5. Good day. 13.2.5, United 1160. Going to 13.2.5, Frontier Flight 2418. Jacksonville Center, Diamond, November 779er, Romeo Alpha, is at flight level 190, climbing flight level 340. Diamond, November 779er, Romeo Alpha, Jacksonville Center, continue as planned. Southwest 2314, contact Jacksonville Center on 124.7. Good day. Delta 1669er, you are 500 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 330. Going to 124.7 Southwest 2314. Climb and maintain flight level 330 Delta 1669er. Jacksonville Center, Beechcraft Niner 400317 is passing flight level 215, climbing flight level 340. Spirit Wings 1448, contact Charleston approach on 121.275. Good day. Beechcraft Niner.
Charleston Tower Southwest 737 is 24 miles southwest 3,000 feet with Sierra to land.
Southwest 737 Charleston Tower. Altimeter 29.9er, 2 wind calm fly, left base runway tree. Blue Streak 5490 exit runway when able.
Make left base runway tree southwest 737.
Today the altimeters are not lining up between what Asobo has on their engine and what SimBrief is providing. I really would wish they would stick to SimBrief, use the SimBrief weather information. It's just a lot more accurate. So the tower is saying it's 29902, so I'm going to switch it to 29902. We'll see what it looks like when we're on the ground. So approach checklist complete. We have 31 nautical miles remaining in our flight path.
Spirit Wings 1448, wind calm cleared to land runway tree. Cleared to land runway tree, Spirit Wings 1448. For Blue Streak 5490.
And right at 12 o'clock you can see the airport.
Spirit Wings 1448, contact ground on 121.9er. Spirit Wings 1448.
Flaps 1. Flaps 5. I have control. You're down. Flaps 15. Flaps 25.
Cleared to land runway tree southwest 737.
Flaps 30. Landing checklist complete. And you can definitely see some 787s there at the plant. Really nice touch. So we're definitely gonna take a peek before we park.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
Speed break up.
That was tricky. Good landing overall.
Manual brakes.
Southwest 737, turn next taxiway. Southwest 737, contact ground on 121.9er.
Okay to clean up.
Southwest 737, did you copy?
Going to 121.9er Southwest 737.
Alright, so let's check out Charleston. So there are the C-17s at the Air Force Base. I've been here a few times, so it looks very authentic. It's a good recreation of the airport so far. And we're gonna make our way down to the Boeing factory, or to the Boeing final assembly plant. The Boeing 787 final assembly plant. So, let's see. I'm gonna take a few screenshots also while we taxi in. Not sure why there is some discoloration here. This is this is some outside, so could be a bug in the scenery or could be just flight sim acting up, not sure. Let's hope that doesn't repeat itself. The product only came out last night and they already had one update for it, so maybe we can fix this. Okay, so here's the main terminal. And I actually, last time I flew into Charleston was on Delta Airlines or American Eagle. And I have no idea where Southwest parks because last time I flew to Charleston, Southwest was not flying there yet. So let me see what ground suggests. Let's see. Let's go to the gates.
Charleston ground, Southwest 737 taxi to the gate.
Southwest 737 taxi to gate Bravo 9er via taxiway Alpha Mike.
Okay, Bravo 9er. So it's going to be the longer pier. Okay, so I'll go back to Bravo 9er after we look at our
Taxiing to gate Bravo 9er via taxiway Alpha Mike Southwest 737.
older siblings or 787s. I think some of the air traffic is parking by default in the plant. See a United and a Spirit. Maybe not. Maybe no. I think this is still part of the airline terminal. But once we pass these two aircraft, we are in Boeing territory. So let's see what this looks like up close. So here's the Dream Lifter. I'm assuming that FedEx ATR is delivering something to the factory. They probably don't have the right parking codes for it, is what I'm thinking. Here's some aircraft in the line. I like this. This is really nice that they included this. So those of you who have been following like Resushi Design, they have a paint field, they have Renton. They need to do a BFI version for flight sim, but now that we have Charleston, we really have a lot of the Boeing, or most of the Boeing assembly covered, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna turn around here pretty soon. Just wanna look at the little flight line here real quick, and then turn around. Pretty nice. Alright, let's turn around here. So we're gonna put in some brakes and turn around. Really nice. Very nice touch to at the factory like this. Alright, let's get back to the terminal. Alright, so we're going to the Bravo gates. And looks like we have a marshal. Yeah, we do. Okay, right set, cut off.
Charleston ground Southwest 737, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Southwest 737, the jetway is going to be connected.
Alright, as always, thank you for watching. I'm really happy with what PMDG has done with the second Universal Flight Tablet update. Really enjoyed it. And it was also nice to fly into Charleston to see the details at the assembly, at the finishing assembly plant for the 787. It's really cool that they added that. So I'll probably gonna take the 737 out of here to another Southwest destination in about 40 minutes or so. But for now, that concludes this video. As always, take care, and we'll see you soon.